Lionel Richie stuck in my head for some reason. Lady. How's it going, Pork Chop? Pork Chop Killer. That's my, I mean, as far as I know, that's your original incarnation. It was always my favorite. Just like Mickey's is my favorite. Favorite malt beverage. We're in a new apartment. Not used to the sounds. Don't know what anything means. You hear a noise and you're like, I've got no clue. So I just fire a shot down the hallway, just in case. Malt liquor. I don't really fire a shot through the hallway. I fired into the ceiling. Hold on a second. Not sure how to do this. Smoke a cigar and drink a 40 at the same time. I could probably figure it out. Life's so complicated. So Pork Chop Killer, he gave me a bunch of requirements. He wants me to drink a 40. Don't you, Pork Chop? Thank God it's not a 2 and 10. Can't do it. I'm not built for it. I'm built for speed. Not for capacity. I'm a cheetah. Not a camel. So if I don't have a time limit, that's one of the things you were saying. I don't care how long it takes. Alright. Prepare to spend the evening watching an Earl video. Just one. Because I'm sure you watch like 5 or 6 an evening anyway, and that's a good time commitment. I appreciate it. It's probably just the minimum of what you should be doing. You should probably be watching 12 of my videos a day. It's like I was going to come up with a good reason for it, but I think it's just one of those things that it just is a good idea. So, been moving, tons of different things going on, and so I didn't find out, Pork Chop, why the Save the Polar Bears channel, what happened to it. So if you care to let me know, I'd be interested. Not because I'm into gossip, but I mean, we all have our homes, digitally in the tubes, and if something can threaten your home, I'd like to know what it is. I know my friend Fred in Conference Report. Hi, Fred, if you're watching this. He did all sorts of crazy stuff, and so if his channel gets flagged or he gets suspended, I could guess. I could guess he was doing something really odd to inanimate objects or I guess just inanimate objects now that I think about it. Malt liquor. And I saw Dev commented on your video. He said that he's been watching my videos for a long time. I appreciate that, Dev. That's awesome. It's good to feel a sense of community and camaraderie. Because sometimes, I think back to different names that I remember, people who had some remarkable things to say and share, and I kind of wonder, where are they now? So it's cool when, I know where Dev is. I was going to say, actually, I remember one of my favorite videos from Dev, and I always wanted to recreate it, and I still might. Mr. TCB40, he was sitting in his room filming himself, and he got the camera going, and he sat down, and he's listening to the radio or the TV, I don't remember which, I think the radio, and he just sat there motionless. And then after a long time, he went like this. That was pretty much the whole video. It was brilliant. I loved it. I was thinking, like, if I'm going to be sitting here for a long time, talking to you, Pork Chop, that I thought I'd also talk about just the tubes, the drinking community. I guess let's start at the beginning. You said you mentioned Steel Worldwide's call out and how I faked that 40-ounce video. Well, it was a 40-ounce video, but it wasn't a malt liquor video. Because I was working it was one of those times where I was working like 9 days straight. And I got this crazy challenge from Steel Worldwide, and I'd been written or videoed a couple times before that, Conference Report, Count Hector, and Mr. Runaway 5. And so I was kind of familiar to seeing, vid response in there, but it was still really exciting and new, and I didn't know what would happen. And then Steel Worldwide, Trent, challenged me to drink a 40 of malt liquor, and I hadn't had one of those since I was like 21. Yeah, I was 21. Kind of blew me away, and I was kind of captivated by it too. And I did a little research and saw you guys, everyone drinking your 40s. I was like, whoa. And so I went out and bought a 40, the Pabst. It wasn't a malt liquor, and I realized I wanted to do something special, and I thought drinking it on roller skates, and I realized I wouldn't be able to do that for 10 days. So I drank that 40 of Pabst. Then first thing in the morning, it was pretty early, Keela and I headed down to that bike path and roller skated and drank 40 ounces of water. Had a plastic bag in my pocket in case I dropped that 40 and smashed it. I was going to pick up all the glass, of course. That was fun. I enjoyed that. And some people gave me a hard time, though not very much. Actually, it was a long time later. People gave me a hard time. I'll name names. I don't care. Dorf called it right off the bat. Says no crack, no foam. I think that's water. And I think he might have said, "Am I right?" And I'm pretty sure that's how I came clean. Is telling Dorf that I was drinking water. And then Falstaff said something like, "Well, I could point out that that's not malt liquor, but that would make me be an SOB," or something like that. And then months and months and months later, I don't know how long it was, I was perusing through old Chevy Impala videos, Chevy. And I found 2 videos where Chevy's giving me a hard time. One, he's like, I don't. He was addressing Steel Worldwide. He's like, I don't think that Earl guy, that bike messenger guy, drank a 40. I don't think that counts, or something like that. And then he did another video where he said, well, I saw him drink a 40 or something like that. So I guess we're okay now. Chevy's a Portlander. Oh, speaking of Steel Worldwide, and speaking of Chevy, I've seen a couple of your videos where you break glass when you're out drinking your 40, and I told you I didn't dig it. I was noticing, like, Steel Worldwide, he's always, like, you see him when he's out in the wild, you see him always put every kind of trash or whatever he has in his pocket. He obviously pays attention to that kind of thing. Call him what you will, but don't call him a litter bug. Then my favorite, in my, what do you call that? What if you're like if you're in a bromance? Who is that guy to you? Is he your bro-mate? Your bro-friend? He's my bro-friend. Jack Nicholson, my bro-friend. When he was Jack Urbation, I remember him once saying, he's like, he put out like 2 videos in 1 week, and he's like, I don't normally do that, you know, I want to keep my equity high, you know, you can't give out too much, you know, video love, or people, you know, they get too much, they get tired of you. You know, I guess he's learned the error of his ways, because now he's literally cranking them out. Good job, Jack. Bro mate. Which actually reminds me, let's stop reminiscing about the crew, as Dev calls them. And sometimes you say, pork chop, you're like I'm drunk and you're gay. And I was thinking about that because I was working with this customer, and this guy had like a pink silk ribbon wrapped around his throat, and he had perceived some sort of indignity. And there's a kind of person, I think about the powerful victim, a person that feels comfortable and empowered by being in the victim stance. There's so many different kinds of victims and victimization. It seems odd to me that some people would feel most comfortable as being a victim. So this person was expressing that he had been made a victim, and he was going to use me as I was going to receive his vengeance. So I have ID on a lanyard, and I realized that I'd put on a jacket and covered up my ID, and he was getting hot and heavy, and he was chewing me out, and I wasn't gonna have it, you know. I wasn't gonna interrupt him, but the second I got a chance to say something, I was gonna send him on his way up the ladder. I was gonna send him to talk to somebody that gets paid more. And so I grabbed my lanyard and I start to try to get it out of my, it's caught in my jacket. And I used to have this like black lanyard, and it got, even though it was black and gray, it got filthy. And so someone, a friend of mine, bought me one. And the lanyard had all the characters from Alice in Wonderland. And it was all in rainbow colors. I almost think it was a challenge. Like, will you wear this? And so I go to grab this Alice in Wonderland lanyard, and as I tuck it out, it's caught in my jacket. So I'm just pulling, the lanyard around my neck. And so there's a guy, he's like, and I tell you what, you would not talk to me, and I would step out down. And he's going on. I can't remember what he was saying. And suddenly he saw me pull up what he thought was a ribbon around my neck. He was wearing a pink ribbon, and I was wearing a rainbow ribbon around my neck. And he paused, and then he looked like embarrassed and ashamed, and he said, "Oh, never mind, I'm just being a bitch." And walked off. And actually, I mean, he had a point, actually. Some things weren't going right for him. He was just overreacting. He was being a powerful victim. But I pulled out my lanyard, and he saw that I had like a rainbow symbol wrapped around my neck. And I was holding it up as if I was saying, "Hey, brother, come on, man. You can't, I mean, homos. You can't give me you can't, I mean, are you going to oppress me too? Are my own people going to oppress me?" Outrageous, outrageous. Oh, God. I was gonna, I do my just a moments. I was gonna do just a moment gay perception. Like, for a moment, that guy thought I was gay. Oh. Well, enough of this gay talk. Who else? Who else in the malt liquor community should we talk about? You know who always just always just cracks me up? Machete. He went next level, didn't he? You talk about like coming from out of nowhere, like hanging out outside. I don't know what he was living in, but it seemed like it was a what do you call those, like a mobile home or something like that? I don't know if he was living in a trailer or what, but then he moved to the Machete compound, and the refrigerator became a shrine for malt liquor, and history was made. Oh, speaking of history, this would go back to you, Pork Chop. Bet you're regretting not giving me a time limit. The malt liquor news, brilliant. Oh, man. Despite taking my time, we're running out of time. Uh-huh. Oh, and the worst term that's come out in the malt liquor lexicon is referring to foam as bitch foam. I don't like that. It lacks some class. I mean, this whole thing of like, if you go somewhere wonderful, like imagine going to Yosemite, and you see all these pits of boiling liquid and these strange minerals crusting in unusual patterns, and then you come over to a geyser, and the geyser goes up like 2-3 feet, and you call it a bitch geyser. I just don't think you should take that kind of talk into a realm of wonderfulness. And so, anything having to do with the perfect 40-ounce cylinder should be respectful and appreciative. My Mickey's does not produce anything other than positive things. Yeah, I've hit happiness. Oh, man. Oh, cigar's out. 40 ounces empty. Might as well stop it. I could talk for another, I don't know how long I've talked. I could double it. Alright, Pork Chop. Pork Chop Killer. I'll see you in the tubes.